I remember around middle school age, somewhere in middle school, we had a substitute teacher, and it was one of those substitute teachers situations where substitute came one day, then they're back a second day, and third day, and a whole week, and then you find out like our teacher quit on us, and our substitute teacher became our new teacher for the rest of the year. But it was one of those situations, and I was always the quiet kid in school, for the most part. In this particular class, anyway. And after a few weeks go by, I guess one day I pick on one of my friends, or I pushed a kid, or I don't know. I was messing around. And the teacher says, "Oh, so you're not as innocent as you pretend to be." I remember thinking, I never pretended to be innocent. I never portrayed to be innocent. I never said that I was innocent. You thought that. You created that image of me. I didn't create that. And I've been thinking about this often. Thinking about my time in high school even. And when people would find out that I was a regular churchgoer, that I went to youth group, that I was heavily involved in church, they all reacted the exact same way. I would tell them, and they would say, "Oh, you go to church? Oh, so you probably don't cuss, right? Like, does it offend you if I cuss around you? You probably don't ditch school. You're probably really smart. You're probably this, that, and the other thing." And they would start listing off these expectations based off of perhaps stereotypes. I don't know. But these requirements you have to meet in their eyes in order for them to view you as a churchgoer, as a Christian. A list that they created. And not only do they create this list, but now that they know this piece of information about you, they create this image. False image, unrealistic image of what a Christian is, of what you are now, based off this information. And then when a word slips out, say a bad word, or maybe you don't feel like going to class one day and you leave class. Now that image that they've created has shattered. And now you're a hypocrite. No, you didn't meet up to that image. I never did. It never existed. But now that individual is disappointed in you based off a faulty assumption, a false image of what a Christian is. An image that we never said that we were perfect. A lot of people will distort this and say, "Oh, well, I screwed up. I'm no saint." Being a Christian does not mean we're perfect. Being a saint does not mean we're perfect. The saints weren't perfect. I mean, what's the saying? No, there's no saint without a past, no sinner without a future. Take any saint, any moment in their life, and you'll find a moment in their life where they didn't live that Christian lifestyle. That you take that moment alone, you're not going to see an image of a Christian. That doesn't make them any less of a Christian. The church recognizes this. And we're blatantly saying, we know that we're sinners. We know in those moments it seems like we're hypocrites. That's why you have a beautiful sacrament of confession. We're blatantly saying, yeah, we know. We mess up. We fall. And it's upsetting. You have people that claim to know of the faith, claim to follow the faith, but creating these faulty images that you have to live up to. Not so much we have to, but I expect it. And when you fall, I'm going to condemn you for it. I don't think that's the attitude we should have. I think it should be more like, here's the teachings of the church. Follow it. And when you fall, instead of reminding you how bad you are, I'm going to remind you how good you were made. And I hope you go to confession. Because I know that you're not perfect, I'm not perfect. But I won't uphold this faulty assumption, this false image, and then condemn you when you don't live up to it. Because that image wasn't realistic in the first place. But you are good. It's in there. Don't forget that.